The VA will rope these disabilities under the same rating, and it might be beneficial for you to claim them all.
Whiskey 9 Yankee 7 November Golf, over.
Starting with sleep apnea and asthma, these are usually roped together, but in some cases a higher rating could be applied. Generally speaking, the VA will take the higher of the two ratings, and both of these have potential to be 100% by themselves, but in most cases from what I've seen, sleep apnea with the CPAP, we know that's rated at 50%, and the majority of asthma ratings all rated at 30%. So in this case, you would probably be rated at 50% for sleep apnea, as that is the higher of the respiratory conditions. In weird cases where the VA could give you a higher rating, that could be found in 38 CFR 4.96. There has been talk about the VA changing how sleep apnea is rated, and that has been forever, and so in that case, if you're able to get both sleep apnea and asthma rated, especially under the PACT Act, I would just go ahead and do it and get it out of the way. Moving on to IBS and GERD, these are commonly rated together and in fact are commonly found together. These can be rated anywhere from 0 to 60%. If you have GERD, there's an increased chance that you will develop IBS. There are tons of studies and very strong correlation that link IBS to PTSD, especially if you have been exposed to particles in areas like Southwest Asia under the PACT Act. The same goes for GERD, but the studies are a bit stronger for IBS and PTSD. And that goes to say, if you have a PTSD rating or a mental health rating, and you've been diagnosed with IBS and or GERD, you might want to consider filing a secondary claim. These conditions can be found in 38 CFR 4.114. And finally, the big mamma jamma, mental health. This includes PTSD, depression, anxiety, insomnia, mixed disorders, and a ton of other diagnoses. Mental health can be rated anywhere from 0 to 100%, and in some cases, TBI can receive its own rating. If the examiner, who is hopefully a psychiatrist, is rating your PTSD and TBI, if they are able to differentiate your TBI symptoms from the rest of your mental health symptoms, that's when you could receive two different ratings. Mental health disabilities can be found in 38 CFR 4.130. When it comes to pyramiding, the only time I would really recommend someone to claim, for instance, anxiety if they already have depression, is if that depression is rated, let's say, at 30%, and the symptoms from anxiety could potentially increase that rating to 50, 70, or 100%.